And that's the thing too. Like for real, bro. I'm gonna get real for you too. Like, let's cut the bullshit. They're not gonna tell us strategies on the news. Well, that's a security risk.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna like, there's Russian spies out here for real. Hell, they could be hacked into our systems and they're watching our news and our shit like that too. They're not gonna put that shit out there, bro. For Biden to go out there and say that we're doing these sanctions and shit like that, no, they're doing something else, bro. That he has to just calm the people, let the people know that something's being done. They're not gonna let you, bro. Who does that?
Because then people are just gonna freak out.
I don't sit here. I'm not a fighter. And I'm gonna tell you, oh, I'm gonna do this punch next. Like, you don't do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody does that shit. That's why people like y'all got that TV shit. That's bullshit, bro.
It just sucks that I wouldn't even know if it would be real or if we would just blame it on them.
Well, that's the thing too. That's the whole propaganda shit.
Hate it.
We all know George Bush did September 11, but they blamed it on Osama bin Laden.
Damn.
I'm just playing. Cut that shit though. Cut that shit. There's some people out there get offended by that shit, bro. But you know, I'm a Desert Storm baby. We were in Afghanistan in the early 90s. Bro.
Shit, that's funny as fuck.
When George Bush Sr. was...
What does Desert Storm baby mean?
My dad was in the desert.
Like
he was out there.
When
he
you
was
were
in
born?
the war in Afghanistan, and then when he came back, I was born because he had no pussy.
Damn.
He was on the battlefield.
Damn.
Shit, he probably out there fucking too. You know, the soldiers ain't always out there fighting.
I'll cut that out, my bad.
What you call it? But that's the thing. See, like Putin, we being offended because we don't know what the fuck this man gonna do next.
Yeah, that man is crazy. He's like the world's longest running dictator.
And I think America might not like that shit, so they trying to paint this out. They like, man, shit, y'all had Donald Trump running y'all's country all these years. It's time for us to take him out.
Yeah, no one wants to negotiate with that guy.
Donald Trump will?
Nah, I meant Vlad. Like, no one wants to negotiate with him now.
Oh, yeah. They already negotiated.
Yeah.
There's already bro, look, that's the thing, too. There's countries that are negotiating, but there's also countries that are doing shit under the table and backhand deals. I'm telling you, bro, I think we're being on that shit, too. I could see us playing both sides. We helping Russia and helping NATO at the same time. Ain't that fucked up, bro?
And making money all... Yep. And making the media money, too. By broadcasting it.
Yep, covering this shit and sending our reporters over there on the battlefield.
Full circle.
With a microphone and no gun.
Fuck. That's the machine right there.
That shit crazy. Whole money machine, bro. Everybody getting paid. That's why I said it's a whole global a whole global shit.
Damn, it's real.
Everybody get on board and let's eat off this shit.
Man.
Because what are they saying now? The Ukraine president is like making a big step in political gains with the rest of the world and shit. Like, yeah, he about to get a big paycheck from everybody?
Yeah, I'm like, whatever that means.
He didn't talk Putin out of fucking invading the country, but y'all sitting here saying that he's making big political gains.
I'm calling it Time Man of the Year, the Ukrainian president. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Bro, somebody controlling this shit. That's why I think that shit. And then think about it.
Yeah, I think so too. He's going to be like the new Fauci, where everyone wants to talk to the Ukrainian president.
Symbolic wise, politically we follow an agenda. But you look at what is the calendar called? An agenda? That's another term for, like a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's why I was telling you about events happening and shit like that. Because there's an agenda.
It's coordinated.
They're following a schedule. But who's controlling the schedule?
Yeah.
And so it goes back to the shit in Canada.
Which is creepy as hell when you...
we gotta brush that Canada shit off. It ain't following our schedule, so, yeah. That's why Alex Jones predicted that shit back then. He's just caught game onto the schedule. Or he either knows the schedule. He might know the schedule. Shit. Certain people.
Damn, I hate that we were talking about that.
They're gonna delete us off YouTube.
Nah, we were talking about that earlier and I lost it. What was it? Just talking about Alex Jones. We were comparing it to something else.
That shit too deep for the YouTube. Cut that shit off, bro, because this is shit they got Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah. Nah, but we were comparing him to something.
I know, I can't remember, bro.
We were like, it's the same shit. We were comparing Alex Jones to Trump. how even if you're crazy or extreme or you don't agree with somebody, you still shouldn't be able to cancel
Man,
them.
look, and I'm sorry, like, this is just how I am, this is how I think. I don't give a fuck about what people think. But Trump, like, in a sense, he might have been really trying to expose the government. That's another reason why they won't charge his ass for any of the crimes he's supposedly committing. Because, you know, they're reaching to find stuff about Trump at this point, bro. Because, like, that whole shit.
Oh, for sure.
The judge, or his lawyer
they
didn't
also
wanna
got to. They also got to ruin his image as much as they can.
as much as they
before he
can. But
runs
why?
again.
But look, this is the thing, though. If this man's committed crimes and you have the evidence, go ahead and convict him. They don't have that. They don't have that shit, bro. And I think the reason why they won't really go further into it and really get the shit, because if they really wanted shit, they could get it. Let's be real. If we're talking about the government or the so-called powers that are in control, the reason why they don't really go after him like they should is because maybe, you know, we can't control Trump. He might tell everybody what really goes on. So now it's like a blackmail thing. You'll never catch me because I'll expose everything. This president knows shit that, you know, other people don't know. You know?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. That's why I tell people.
Yeah, no, we were
people
talking.
get mad. Trump's not no idiot, bro. He's not a dummy by any means, bro.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how just because you say something that sounds like you might question a narrative does not mean you support somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's why.
Just because you're wondering, like,
But-
why does the media demonize this person? Why are they
You
talking
know
so
how
bad?
many
Like,
black people, I have to, like, when they hear me talk about Trump like that, I was like, I have to call it for what it is. You call a spade a spade. Like, that's what it is. Like, stop getting into the mumbo jumbo with the media or what they're doing. They're playing on his image. They're trying to do that because they're trying to distract you from what he's really trying to tell you. Like, was he racist and did some racist shit? Hell yeah. Like, I saw that shit. Y'all saw that shit. But move past that. Like, move on past the whole racism shit and look at it for what it is. This man's a genius. This man was smart for how he got into the White House, and he was smart for how he became the leader of the Republican Party. And he did everything
and I was
in the right strategy.
And I was saying, like, we need to shine light on it all equally. Like, why don't we ever? We don't see the president now ever in the news as much as the last one, right? Mm-hmm. It had to be negative. It had to be negative.
It had to be. Trump has influence.
We had to demonize. You know, it wasn't as entertaining. There wasn't anything to talk about.
Trump's the biggest OG, bro, out there. And then he did. Like, my thing is, too, the reason why he didn't get a second term is because they forced his ass out of the White House because they could no longer control his ass. He was doing whatever he wanted.
It's weird because I'll never say, I still can't ever directly say the words, like, support or I'm for or anything. I don't ever say shit.
But guess what? I can understand.
'Cause I've never voted, you know?
Yeah. Boy, you need to go vote.
No, I don't believe in that.
Yeah, me either. It doesn't matter anyway, bro, to be honest with you. Your vote doesn't matter. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Repeal Glass-Steagall, and then I'll vote.
And I'm not a Trump supporter, bro, but I'm just looking at it for what it is, though. You know, like, the way he got into the White House was smart. Remember, I told you at the gym that if I was black, me being black, bro, I would have said some racist bullshit, too, because that's what they wanted to hear. The people that he needed to get in the office.
I believe that he was not expected to win, and because he won, it's another one of those examples where, I hate to compare this, like a JFK, where they're like, oh, we'll never let this happen again. Mm-hmm. That's how they feel about Trump. Like, oh, you got lucky. We'll never let this shit happen again. You know what I mean? That real fucking anomaly into the fucking system. That's why you had to make him look bad.
Look bad, yeah. Them people in D.C. were panicking. They didn't know what to do. Hell, the rest of the world didn't know what to do.
For sure.
For real.
But, dude, it's not like he made himself look any better. Like, he's not the greatest. You know, his downfall, his fucking, like, the way he talks in general.
Yeah, he's,
There's a give and a take.
Bro, him and Kanye West, why you think they're friends? They're literally the same people.
It's hilarious, yeah.